Cleveland Funny Bus every Wednesday in May and June. It's Alan Cox Show night. Bill and I are your hosts week to week. I am your host this Wednesday night. If you've never joined us on the Cleveland Funny Bus, it is so much fun. It's a 90-minute tour through some very interesting parts of the city, things you might not know, things you can learn about your own hometown. Local comedians are your tour guides. And I will be with you this Wednesday night. We leave from Collision Bend. It's BYOB. It's a blast. If there are any tickets left for this week, you can go to funnybus.net, find the Alan Cox Show logo, or be caller 10 right now, and you and a guest will join me on Wednesday night. It's a blast. So good luck. Caller 10, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The poor air quality.
Oh, the air quality is bad?
It's bad.
That's been a complaint about this thing for a decade.
The more exposure folks have,
The Alan Cox Show.
the more likely it is that they'll be sick.
On 100.7 WMMS.
David Njoku from the Cleveland Browns is going to join us around 4 o'clock. He's doing the inaugural David Njoku Celebrity Softball Tournament. Tournament Invitational, something like that. So we'll chat with him about that. I've never met the man, so I'm excited to talk to him. Your Cleveland...
His brother at the Comedy Awards.
His brother's a comic?
No, he was a presenter for one of the awards. I believe he's a doctor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Guardians sweep the Twins this weekend. Here at home, Mets start up tonight. 6:10 is the first pitch tonight here on the Buzzard. Francisco Lindor making his triumphant return to Progressive Field with the New York Mets. 6:10 tomorrow, and then they'll finish that series in the afternoon on Wednesday before they go out west to play the Angels and the Rockies through the Memorial Day weekend. The Timberwolves come back big to knock the Nuggets out.
Your mom okay?
I checked in on my mom. I haven't heard back. My mom is a Denver Nuggets fan, and I don't know how she's doing. I have to assume that she's all right. I would imagine that if something terrible had happened, I would have heard from one of my siblings. But the Timberwolves, it's been 20 years since they've gotten this far in the postseason, and they were way down at the half. So they came back. A lot of people didn't expect the Nuggets to kind of melt down the way they did, but they did. And those Denver Nuggets, a very, very good team. And the Timberwolves came back and beat them. And that just goes to show you what Kevin Love can do when he's with them, yeah? What Kevin Love where's Kevin Love? He's not with the Cavaliers.
He's with the Miami Heat.
Kevin Love and the Miami Heat. It just goes to show you what his old team can do if they really put their minds to it and decide that they're going to get out there and start kicking some ass. So congratulations to them, Chauncey Billups and Anthony Bennett and all those guys on that team. The Pacers knock out the Knicks. Again, none of this matters because the Cavaliers are out as well. But for people who, you know, those they might be from those teams' fan bases. The Reggie Miller and the Pacers knock the Knicks out. I don't know who else is left.
It's Celtics, Pacers in the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference Finals, and then the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. So there's only 4 teams left.
I'm going to have Daniel Stern on tomorrow. And
former commissioner of the NBA, been dead for 10 years. This is exciting.
No, the actor is one of the Wet Bandits.
Daniel Stern, not David Stern.
Daniel Stern, that's right, is who I'm going to be talking to. And he was in a movie called Celtic Pride a long time ago.
I love that movie
with Damon Wayans?
I love that movie.
If I remember, I'll have to make myself a note. I want to talk to him about Celtic Pride. But he's got a memoir he's plugging called Home and Alone.
Really? I'll wear my Home Alone shirt tomorrow. Will you send him a picture of it?
I will. I'll send him a picture of it.
It says Wet Bandits.
Yeah. Oh, that's a Home Alone shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just a little bit of advertising.
Nope.
Oh. Well, there's that too. Cher is 78 years old today. 78 years old. And not coincidentally, she has done a complete 180 on getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this is not that strange. You know, there's no shortage of artists who piss all over the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame until they get inducted. And it's the rare artist that maintains their animus towards the Rock Hall all the way through. You know, you'll have a Steve Miller along the way who's like, this sucks, screw you. But just about everybody else goes, it sucks, and then they get nominated and subsequently inducted, and all is forgiven. And maybe that's just showbiz stuff. You know, Trent Reznor did the same thing. Trent Reznor from Cleveland, 9 Inch Nails. He goes, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then 9 Inch Nails goes in, then he's feeling pretty good. And Cher, who is getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And usually the animosity comes from the fact that these are people who think they should be in and are not. Like, they're mad they've been snubbed. And a lot of these people just go, and this goes to show you how broad the Rock Hall has gotten, that somebody like Cher would be angry that she's not in it because she's like, I've been eligible since 1991. Why am I not in there? So you have to kind of go into the artist's brain, and their brain just goes, well, I've been eligible. Why am I not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I'm awesome. People like me.
Why am I not in there? So she was like, oh, the Rock Hall can go F themselves and blah, blah, blah. I mean, as recently as like this past Christmas, right? Because they go, well, she's had all these number one hits. How is she not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And so if the Rock and the Rock Hall, obviously, it's very much by design that they get people to think of the Rock Hall as more than just rock and roll. And to that degree, they have succeeded because all these not decidedly non-rock acts and artists are going, why aren't I in there? But now that she's being inducted, she says, hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty great.
Isn't this great?
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
That's right. Her song Believe, of course, is widely considered to be the first song using auto-tune. It's 1998. And
I cannot believe that song is that old.
One of the best-selling singles of all time. That was her on the Battleship, right? In the video. She was
I don't
on,
know if I remember the video for that one.
or is that
Cher?
if I could turn back time? One of those. She had videos where she was still, because you're talking, she would have been in her late 40s. And people were like, oh, God, Cher. She's in her late 40s, and she's still prancing around. Well, she's dressing exactly the same now, and she's 78 today. So
She's one of my dad's favorite artists.
Cher.
Yeah.
Did he ever see her live?
He did.
Yeah.
And my stepmom said it was like he loved it. He was just enamored. It was an amazing concert for him. It's like, all right, Dad, get your Cher. Get your Cher on.
Well, I never got into, like, my mom had some Sonny and Cher albums, I think, and so I would hear some of that music when I was a kid. And because I was a kid in the 70s, I remember the Sonny and Cher show. And even then, people were like, what the hell? How did this guy pull her? But, you know, they were kind of, they were birds of a feather back then. They were kind of both young folk artists. They met when they were young, right? She was 16. Well, I should say they met when she was young.
But they like hippy dippy.
She was 16 and he was 27. And, you know, he was working for Phil Spector. And so people really started to pay attention to Sonny Bono when he hooked up with Cher. But that Sonny and Cher show, when I was a kid, that was like a big deal. They had the Sonny, because in the 70s, variety shows were a huge thing. Everybody had a variety show. So it was like Carol Burnett, and it was Lucille Ball, and everybody had a variety show. And they had the Sonny and Cher comedy hour, and then the Sonny and Cher show. But when I was a kid and Cher was on TV, you know, if she was doing Half Breed or singing Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves, where she's wearing like the moccasins, and I was like, whoa, Jesus. made a little Catholic boy feel good to see Cher on TV. She was super foxy. She showed her belly a lot. I'm a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Very
I'm like,
provocative back in
yeah,
those
I'm like,
days.
look at this. You know, I'm like, I need to see another woman naked besides my own mother.
Oh my God.
Right?
What a sentence. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I mean, nudity was not taboo in my house, so it was not a big deal. I'm glad that it was nothing hippie about it, but it was kind of like, calm down. You know, so it was like if my mom was running to get a towel after the shower or something like that, it wasn't a big deal. But, you know, she's still my mom. And then, of course, many years later, after they split up, Sonny Bono skied into that tree and died. But he was a congressman for a while, right?
Yeah.
Sonny Bono, when he died, I think he was a senator
I think
from California. Or
was he a
something.
senator? I think he was just Congress, right?
You might be right. But he skied into that tree. Yeah, he was a representative from California's 44th district. That's right. And his wife took over the office, or the position. When he died, Mary Bono. I don't know how that works. When somebody dies and their wife or their spouse just goes in. Like Mary Bono is from Cleveland, but she had lived out west for a long time, and she met Sonny Bono. And, you know, there was a guy in Minnesota many years ago who died in a plane crash named Paul Wellstone. And his wife just, like, took over the position. I'm like, I don't know how that works. I'm sure there's some kind of nomination within the party, but that just goes to show you anybody can do those jobs because they're like, put his wife in there. I mean, she was an accomplished woman. I think that she was like a lawyer or something like that, so it wasn't like she was, you know.
Homemaker.
Yeah, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she kind of had some connections to that situation. But so, short story long, Cher has done a 180 on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She thinks it's great now. And that she's looking forward to getting in. But it wasn't that long ago. She was talking shrimp about the whole
Bill
thing.
did that. Bill is like on record as screw accolades. They're all dumb. Awards are stupid. None of this matters. And then the Cleveland Comedy Awards named an award after him, and he was like, "This is pretty awesome. This is so cool."
Yeah, once you get one named after you, it's cool.
I mean,
Yeah, he
so-
got one named after him.
I know,
He
but
did.
I'm saying
Yeah.
it's still an award. It's still an accolade. It's still the thing you said you hated, and that's exactly what these artists are doing.
Mary, are you mad because you didn't win the Bill Squire Award?
Not at all.
Oh.
But I'm saying this is not uncommon even in our own small circle.
I see. Right.
You know, how do you think Cher's feeling right now, Bill?
I really don't care.
I don't care.
And
Hashtag
someone
don't
who's-
care about
and
Cher.
someone who's been there.
Yeah. Cher, do whatever you want. Cher, you're 80 years old and you still
78
80.
today.
It's 80. 78 is 80.
You got to round down like Cody. Well, listen, good for her, and she's still out there dating young dudes. And you know what Cher has in common with Mary Santora?
We both have homes in Malibu.
Neither he has that, and neither of you has won the Bill Squire Award.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you money. It's $1,000. Last week to grab one of these keywords, but we have about 13 every day through Friday afternoon. So still plenty of chances to win if you haven't already. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Hey guys, horse-faced Cher was never foxy. Alan, you call everybody foxy. I cannot trust your judgment in women in any way. Take it easy.
First of all, I don't call everybody foxy. But if you were a kid in the 70s and into the early 80s, Cher was foxy. She was like, you know, we're talking pre-Madonna, not pre-Madonna, pre-Madonna. And, you know, there weren't a lot. Remember, it was a big, big deal when Cher went to the Oscars, like late 80s, in that black thing. It looked like a giant peacock get-up, but her midriff was showing, and the Oscars were such a staid affair that they were like, oh, well, everybody else is in a gown and a tuxedo, and Cher shows up because I think she had been nominated for Mask or, one of that run of 80s movies that she was nominated. Moonstruck, I think. Nicolas Cage. And she shows up with her midriff showing. The word midriff got a lot of play in any article on Cher. So listen, man, potato. Say what you want. She wouldn't turn my head now, but, I wasn't a Farrah Fawcett guy when I was a kid. I liked Wilma Deering from Buck Rogers, and I liked Cher. What do you want from me? Hello, who's this?
Who's this? Jim.
Hi,
What's
Jim.
up?
What's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, what's the deal with Cher? Said she's voting for Trump this time around in 2024, bro.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah. Yep. She was a Biden fan for the longest time, and
did she
said,
did she explain that change in her position?
Well, she talked about moving out of the country and all that stuff, and now she's like, I think she finally woke up. Must be an age thing.
Oh, woke up. You think that's a smart move?
Where are you seeing this?
Oh, it's just out there.
But do you have a place where it can actually be found? Because usually if you can Google stuff and it shows up and it doesn't.
Do you think she was at the P. Diddy parties?
I don't know. Do you think she was at the P. Diddy parties?
I'm not sure. Just ask the question.
I see. Well, I bet you can do your own research, Jim, and you'll be able to find out if she was at the P. Diddy parties.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. How about that Diddy video? That Diddy-o?
Oh, God.
Wow. God damn.
This guy.
I mean, that's from like 2018, 2016. How has that not surfaced until now?
He probably paid somebody off.
He did pay. They
That's
paid
what
the
I
hotel
mean. Like they say.
$50,000.
Well, then who
Put
got
that
not
it?
to
there.
release it? I don't know.
Or maybe someone paid them more to release it this time.
Mm-hmm.
That they're like, hey, this
Man.
is out there. Or if you don't release it, you'll be an accomplice, and you'll be wrapped up in this litigation or whatever.
I mean, I think everybody's probably seen the video by now. They've had it on a friggin' loop on cable news all weekend, but it's intense.
He's beating the crap out of her, dude.
One of his former assistants said, there isn't one single cell in my body that's shocked by this video. Of course, Diddy says that he has gone through some therapy and he is disgusted
He asked God
with
for forgiveness.
himself. Well, that's what everybody
Did that part?
does.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility.
By the way, this is the same apology he should have issued for that dumb Godzilla song when he was doing that with Jimmy Page.
For my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Well, I mean, but you're kind of done too. I mean, that's a wild video. Running down the hall in a hotel, chasing her in a towel.
Yeah.
To he throws her to the ground in front of the elevator bank and then kicks her.
Drags her.
Drags
after she's
her.
I don't know if she's unconscious or what, but she's laying there
She's
either
kind of fetaled
unable-
up, yeah.
Yeah, or unwilling to move. She's probably terrified.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously he's apologizing because the video resurfaced. And I think he already went through litigation with her. I think he already paid her out or whatever. So somebody else leaked this video. Obviously something that he didn't want. I mean, all of whatever companies this guy owns are pretty much going dark now. And anybody who has any official business with him is kind of distancing themselves. You'll notice, by the way, he doesn't mention the girl once in that apology.
What do you mean? Like he doesn't say I'm directly to her?
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you mention her and go, I wish her nothing but it was a terrible time? Or yeah, mention her because he probably figures I already paid that chick off. and blah, blah, blah. The statute of limitations has expired. So there's nothing legally that anybody can do. But in the court of public opinion, I'm sure it'll blow over. Again, I don't know that Diddy was on the lips of every person in the music industry these days either. So it's not like he's some dude at the top of his game and this is going to, crash his house of cards down or anything like that. Hey, Woody.
Alan.
What's up?
How's your day, brother?
Good.
You were just talking about Sonny and Cher, and I'm in the same camp as you as far as seeing Cher on TV back in my formative years as to, hey, I like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like when, when Sonny and Cher, when the variety show was on, I was probably like my daughter's age. I was probably 8, And
yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was a couple years older. But yeah, Sonny, he was skiing in Aspen or something and hit a tree skiing without a helmet. And,
yeah, he slammed into a tree. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of people that ski without, wearing helmets, but I mean, he hit that tree.
It's like, I spent my whole life riding my motorcycles without a helmet, because, it's.
Are you an avid skier, Woody, if you found yourself potentially getting bonoed out there on the slopes?
I have never been on a set of snow skis in my life, but I used to be a kick-ass water skier at one time in my more muscular years.
In your more... So this part of your life you're referred to as the less muscular years.
So it's called old age and atrophy.
The years of muscular atrophy? Wow. All right. I mean... Well, that's a shame.
I just want to let you guys know that Sonny Bono actually had 2 brothers. One was named Reginald, and the other was name was like Zany, I think. But hey, have a great day. All right.
Okay, thank you. Was that a joke? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Reginald Bono? I thought he was launching into a Sonny Bono joke. I don't know.